Welcome back. Alright, so texture spray. This is interesting stuff. So I use this Ultra Matte. It's got a paint primer. Works really well. Ultra Matte. Right? This stuff works really well. It matches the shininess of the texture pretty well. Yeah, so it feels pretty well. So now the idea of spraying texture isn't to coat the material.
People don't realize how dumb humans are until they work in an industry where they
We're just going to fog it on. What do I mean by that? I mean, we're going to spray it in properly, consistently. Alright, so normally when you spray something, you're going here, you're letting it really spray down wet. Alright, so it just puddles and makes a nice little flat surface, right? We don't want that. We want distance. We want space, right? The more space we have there, alright, the more space we have spraying away, the better, the farther the paint has to travel, the more it atomizes, right? When it atomizes, it turns into fine little particles, right? Now these fine little particles, by the time they hit the surface, they're still a little bit sticky, so they stick to themselves, but it's almost like just building up dust, right? And what happens is the surface ends up being breathable because you're never actually really burying anything. You're just dusting layer after layer after layer of particulated paint, right? And so the surface can breathe, right? And it's you gotta be very careful you don't spray too heavy, because then you can actually create a barrier, right? But if you fog it on properly, by the time it hits the surface, it's atomized, right? It's not wet, right? And it allows moisture to breathe in and out. I've been doing this for about 8 or 9 years now, and I haven't had a single comeback. I used to spray the texture. I had more comebacks than I knew what to do with, and I got tired of it. And if you too have had problems with a lot of comebacks with texture repairs, lifting the repair material, give this a shot. It's worked out really, really well for me for a long time. And I do a lot of work for insurance companies and other stuff, so it works, trust me. So this is what it's gonna look like. All right, so I'm gonna spray from back here, all right? And it's not gonna look good until we're done. And then it's gonna look great. Okay? Also helps if your spray can is good. I lied, tune into the next video for the